Yeah, guys, so today we're going to talk about NoFap. NoFap, I first heard of NoFap about, I don't know, 4 years ago, 4 years ago. I didn't really think much of it, not really much of it until recently, to be honest, and then I gave it a go myself. First got into the conversation about like how bad porn was for you as a man, like about 7 years ago. I remember having a tennis client, and so somehow we got on the subject. And at the time, I didn't really think it was an issue. I remember him sort of saying, yeah, it causes him some issues and so on. And then I sort of took a step away from that, stopped watching it for a while, and I realized actually, no, yeah, Jesus, actually, I feel way better when I don't watch that crap. And so I'd watch, I watched that on and off like most men. You watch that stuff. It's addictive, and it is a real issue for a lot of men today. And the way I feel about it. So, firstly, I've done a bit of a NoFap. I went about 33 days, didn't watch, and I felt good for it. I felt better for it. Listen, there's my thoughts on the NoFap movement online is, it's a little bit of a bandwagon. I think a lot of people try and claim, like, you see a lot of people making videos basically claiming they give you like superpowers. Okay, and I think there's a lot of bullshit out there, a lot of bullshit claims as to what the good it can do you. Literally I've seen videos, people saying it cures social anxiety. Like, I just think that's nonsense, if I'm being completely honest. Maybe I'm not as deep and experienced into it. But I mean, I've had social anxiety. It didn't do anything for me in that. I just can't see how that works. Talking about like, crazy strength and just some crazy claims out there that I just think for the most part is people just trying to get views. It's a very popular topic. It gets a lot of people views, and I think people keep making these videos and making these crazy claims, and it does this for you and that for you, and make you successful and blah blah blah. Just gets viewers basically, and gets returning viewers. And I think a lot of claims on the benefits of it are exaggerated and just plain out rubbish, to be honest. The benefits I had, yeah, listen, definitely, that retention, that NoFap and that retention, that seed retention, definitely there's definitely energy boost. I felt a lot more energized, and you do have these surges. You have these surges of like feeling, full of energy and horny, right? But learning to channel that's part of the game, part of the challenge of it all and everything. And I think for a lot of guys, it's one of the hardest things to overcome in today's modern society. It is really a difficult thing. I do respect how difficult it is. It's addictive. It's hell of addictive. It really is. I in the past felt like I'm not an addictive person. I don't have an addictive personality, and I never really understood addiction. But then, I did try to stop in the past watching that crap. And I found it tough, and I thought, well, maybe there's a bit of an addiction there, because I did find it difficult to stop watching. So I respect it's difficult, and I think a lot of it, two major reasons, is boredom. It's, when you're sat around not really doing much, you're bored. Mix it in with the second reason, and that is so accessible with our smartphones today. You put those two together, and it's a recipe for that addiction. Just, okay, I'm bored. All right, let's watch another scene. Let's whack another one out. And it's a real challenge for a lot of men. But on the flip side of it, I feel like there's another part of me that feels like if you can't get over that, if you can't get over this addiction, this issue, this NoFap thing, you can't complete NoFap and set yourself a certain amount of days in that challenge and do that. That's pretty fucking pathetic if you can't do it. That's like one side of me feels like, you look at the history of men have had to go to wars, they've fought battles, they've died, they've sacrificed so much, they've had to work in coal mines, they had to do this, they had to do that, so many trials and tribulations, even in today's world, that just like cutting out porn and not jacking off like every day, like surely not that difficult. So I'm kind of torn. I feel like on one hand, yeah, it is a real issue today, but if you can't overcome it, it's kind of pathetic. And I think for a lot of guys, it's actually one of the hardest things I think to do. It's one of the biggest battles, which is kind of sad. But if they beat that battle and they overcome it and they develop that self-discipline, then it opens the floodgates to develop discipline and success in other areas. I think that's what a lot of NoFap videos talk about in regards to like creating a successful life, right? Because hell, if you cannot develop discipline to not just be jacking off every day to porn, how the hell are you going to be successful? So yeah, that's going to be the first hurdle for a lot of guys, and a lot of guys have to do it. Now, for some guys, you just got to change your environment, and you can have all the motivation in the world, but if your environment's not correct, it's a losing battle for a lot of people. And so what that means, what I mean in changing the environment is you've got to change your phone. Don't have a smartphone. Get one of those old crappy, Nokia phones or something. You got to do something like that, I don't know, block that kind of content on your phone, something, do you know what I mean? Like a child protection thing or something like that, because some of you just will not develop that willpower. Now, if that works for you, I think going down that route is going to that weakness is going to come up somewhere else, further down the line in something else. So ultimately, the best thing for you to do is just keep your phone. Don't lock anything, block anything, or anything like that, and develop the discipline there. Yeah, you're sitting around, you're bored, you've got nothing to do. Develop the discipline to not look at that crap, to put it into something else. Meditate, read, go for a run, a walk, whatever, exercise. You've got to try and find ways to manage that and put it into other areas. Direct that focus and that energy and funnel it into something else. That's the plan. And if you can do that with, your environment the same, that's the real mental and spiritual discipline that you need. And then that'll, flow into other areas of your life. Yeah, so my own experience with it was, I went about 33 days it was or something. And I did it, I didn't go there's no monk mode for me most of the time, like hard mode, there's different modes, right? I mean, I'm a married man, do you know what I mean? And, I'm trying to get in some regular sex, but I took the opportunity when my wife got pregnant with the second baby. At the beginning, I knew, it's tough, so I took the opportunity to do it. And look, I felt some benefits. I had a lot of energy. I was able to channel that in good ways, and I felt good. I felt like I cleansed myself, not watching that crap. Definitely, you come away, when you step away from it a long time, you definitely have a clearer mindset, and you feel better when you do end up having sex. The sex is better and it feels better, because there were times when I was quite regular watching that crap that you just kind of get numb to the real stuff, that the real thing it's not quite as exciting and as good. So there's benefits there, 100%. And I did, like I said, I did feel good. I felt a boost, 100% felt a boost. Now I know people go for a long time, 60, 80, 90 days, 100 days, 6 months, 1 year. I think people get carried away with it, and it becomes too much of their identity, and they put too much emphasis and power on it, right? So when they release, they feel bad, man, or they watch they watch porn again, they feel really, really bad. And I kind of think that's maybe the wrong way to go. We're men, man. There's also health benefits to releasing, right? So I think intermittent is like intermittent thing, moments, times of doing it, go 10 days here, 15 days there, 30 days here and there, do a month, whatever. You don't have to do it all the time. You don't go 90 days and then do another 90 days, It doesn't have to be that way. Once you get over that initial, hump, that initial difficulty, first challenge, your first 20 days, whatever, however long is a real challenge for you, and you do that, right? That's it. You've set your discipline there. You've done that, and you can come back to it again and again. Excuse the pun. And you can try it at different times. You don't have to always be doing it. You don't have to always be in retention mode and whatnot, no matter what you think the benefits are giving you. So I think people go a little bit too extreme with it. Like I said, the guys that make videos come out with some crazy claims. But yeah, there is good stuff to it, and most of it is a discipline thing. Most of it is, just funneling your energy somewhere else. There is a science to back up that, the NoFap, the retention, there is, and, I felt it 100%, but I'm not always going to be in that mode. I think that's kind of unrealistic, and especially if you're with someone and you're in a relationship. And don't be harsh on yourself. If you fail, you set a 30-day challenge and you only hit day 15 and you have a moment of weakness, don't be too harsh on yourself, Set another challenge. You don't have to go straight away. Set it another time. Just try and, maybe next time you aim for 20 days instead, and so forth. But it is a challenge, today's world, and it is a serious issue, and it's causing a lot of issues in men. Like I said, if you can't get over this, how you expect to go through even tougher times? And there'll be tougher things for you to handle as a man, trust me, especially you get older, you maybe as an 18, 19, 20-year-old, maybe it is the toughest thing you want to go through, but trust me, as you get older, there's going to be way harder things. So get this out of the way, get that little discipline going on. But no, there's bigger fish to fry. This ain't the biggest thing in the world. It's not a gigantic accomplishment by any means. Don't go around and, crazy brag about it. Oh, I've got 90 days. And, that's just kind of a bit sad in my opinion. They're my initial thoughts. I'm going to dive more into it. I'm no expert on this by any means, and I'll try some more and maybe some longer days in the future or whatever and talk about it a little bit more. They're my initial thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. What do you think about the whole movement, guys? What do you think about the whole NoFap thing? How necessary it is? Is it exaggerated? What benefits did you have if you've done it? I would really love to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Help me out with this channel. It's growing slowly. And I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and I like talking about stuff like this and on various different topics, and interacting with a few of you as well. That's always good. So let me know what you think, guys, and we'll see you on the next video.